Hello students, I, Shalini Sharma, welcome you all in Shalini English classes. Hope you all are doing well. Today I am going to explain third part of Deep Water, a lesson from your Flamingo textbook. Before I initiate my topic, I would like to request all of you to please like, share and subscribe my channel. The reason for this is that you will be getting notifications for my new videos automatically. So don't forget students, like, share and subscribe my channel. Here we get to know about the author, and the author is William Douglas. William Douglas was an American jurist and politician. He served as an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States. He was a leading advocate of individual rights. He retired in 1975 with a term lasting 36 years and remains the longest serving justice in the history of the court. And this lesson, Deep Water, has been taken from his book of Men and Mountains. Here we can understand the theme of the lesson. Deep Water is autobiographical in nature, and it deals with the childhood fear of Douglas. Somewhere the theme covered in this chapter is fear, and authors win over it. It conveys the idea that fear is a great obstacle to our happiness and progress. It is a negative feeling which we can overcome by our willpower and optimism. Now, let's have a quick recap of part 1 and part 2 of Deep Water. So, Deep Water is an excerpt from Of Men and Mountains written by William O. Douglas. It is an autobiographical description of how the author develops the fear of water and thereafter how he finally overcame it. He narrates that his aversion to water started when he was 3 or 4 years old, and his father took him to the beach in California. There he was knocked down by the waves and was almost buried down in water. Now when he was 10 or 11 years old, he joined the YMCA pool to learn to swim. One day, a strong young man picked Douglas and tossed him into the deep side of the pool. Douglas sank to the bottom. However, he jumped and came up gradually. Fear had controlled him and he was nearly drowned. His efforts to save himself went in vain. No one came to his rescue. He tried to breathe, but swallowed water. Though death was at his doorstep, he experienced complete freedom from the fear of death. He lay in complete peace. There was no sensation or fear of death. But someone finally saved him, and this horrific experience shook Douglas badly. Its memories haunted him so much that he felt sick, and his fear of water got worse. Now let's understand part 3 of lesson Deep Water. This we already know that Douglas was haunted by the fear of water for many years. For years he faced this handicap. He could not go for fishing with his friends. He was deprived of the joys of boating, canoeing and swimming. Now what is canoeing? Canoeing is a kind of boating with paddles. So he was missing all this, which all his friends used to do. So finally, one day, and which day was that? It was 1 October. The author decided to go for professional coaching to learn swimming. He hired an instructor and started practicing 5 days a week, an hour each day. The instructor also devised a very innovative method to teach him swimming. Douglas used to wear a belt around his waist and a rope was attached to it which went through a pulley that ran on an overhead cable. So it pulled him out whenever he used to panic while swimming. After 3 months of rigorous practice, he started to feel relaxed. Then Douglas was made to put his head under water to inhale and exhale. Douglas also paddled his legs in water by the side of the pool. He used to kick for hours with his legs in the pool. Initially, Douglas felt paralyzed and his legs did not move. But gradually, he overcame this nervousness also. Here we get to know that bit by bit, Douglas perfected each part and was declared to be a swimmer at last by the instructor. Now here you will see one sentence, but I was not finished. What does it mean? Douglas was slowly made a swimmer by the instructor. He trained him to overcome his fear of water. He trained him to swim, to move his legs and inhale and exhale while swimming. So basically, in 7 months, the instructor made a swimmer out of Douglas. But Douglas was not confident as yet. The wastages of fear. Now what do you mean by wastages? Wastages means remaining traces of something. So the remaining fear of water still haunted him. So he decided to swim in various pools and lakes to completely overcome his fear. Moreover, he wanted to check himself that whether still he is fearful. Here we get to know that Douglas tried to test himself further by swimming and diving from different islands and rocks. He practiced all the strokes he had learnt. Many times terror would come back, but Douglas would push it away. He had still some doubts, so he tried swimming at different altitudes and climates, even near glaciers and warm lakes. At last, he was sure that he had conquered his fear. And finally, Douglas was confident. He got this confidence that he had completely overcome his fear of water. And what was the main reason behind this confidence, behind this surety? Only his hard work and willpower. Here we get to know the realization of Douglas from his learning of swimming. And what Douglas realized? That fear is man's worst enemy and it should be overpowered. As Roosevelt has appropriately said, all we have to fear is fear itself. And yes, that's the correct thing. Now since Douglas had come face to face with death, the craze for life grew more intense for him, and he felt as if he was released from the clutches of fear and was free to roam anywhere, and that too without any fear. So here we come to the end of this lesson. I hope you all must have understood the concept of deep water clearly and deeply. And somewhere at the end, I would also like to give you this message that never be fearful of anything. If you feel fear from anything, have the courage to face it and overcome it. Nothing is impossible in this world. So that's it. Okay, students, please read the lesson clearly and deeply. Now this is the vocabulary which has been used in the part 3 of deep water. So students, learn it as it will be helpful to understand the lesson in a better way. Here I am sharing with you the assignment for deep water part 3, which you have to do in your fair notebooks. I have attached the same assignment with the description box of this video. So students, kindly download it and do it in your fair notebooks in legible handwriting. So that's all from my side for today's topic. Hope you must have understood the concept clearly. Once again a reminder, please like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. And students, don't forget to hit the bell icon. Thank you students. Take very good care of yourselves. Have a great day ahead.